Welcome back, everyone, into another edition of the Final Whistle Sports Podcast. You know who we are. It's your host, Blaine Spencer and Joe Ciccoletti. Joe, how are we doing, my man?
Better than last week, big guy. Better than last week. We're a
That's
week
right.
after Michael Penix got drafted to the Falcons now. So we're feeling good. We're feeling great here. But everything is going well. How are you doing, my friend?
No complaints. Shout out us for doing the first thing, like having a back-to-back weekly podcast for like the first time in like a month and a half. So,
Hey
that's
now.
good on us.
Hey now.
I probably just jinxed it that we won't have one now next week, knowing us. But that's here, there, nor there. So we're doing good.
Are you getting hyped up right now for the rookie minicamp? Because Dale's is looking good.
No, I'm not getting hyped up over the rookie mini camp. I've got my shirt on. I will say that. I'm always repping the boys, but you can't be talking it like that. It's too soon. Too soon.
I mean, he was slinging a rock. He was going through the pads pretty good. Ball's coming out quick. Woo. Looks like they did the Washington Commanders make the right pick and take Daniels over May, and it actually is going to work out for them.
Joseph,
Wow.
Joseph, shut up now. Shut up. See,
Wow.
I see what you're doing. You're just trying to, little pokes, little jabs, trying to get me all riled up and fired up. Focus me. We're going to the fucking Super Bowl. You got me on? We're going, we're going
Rumor,
14-3. We're going to kick the Cowboys and Eagles asses. All of that. Lock it in.
rumors have it the Patriots aren't happy with Drake May. He's not playing well. So,
Yo, his coach
wow.
freaking bashed him. Did you see that shit?
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, what a start to the off season here. Start the off season. Blake, before we get into, I know we're gonna get too much into the podcast here and off the football realm, but what start for the NFL? Week one, Thursday night, Ravens at the Chiefs, the rematch of the AFC Championship game, a potential, it could be a preview of the AFC Championship game. Hollywood Brown returned back to the old team. Derrick Henry debuted in a Baltimore Ravens jersey, and MVP, two-time MVP Super Bowl winner Patrick Mahomes versus Lamar Jackson. Incredible game to start and kick off the year. Am I right?
Oh, this was the one game that everyone thought we're hoping we were going to get, and everyone thought it wasn't realistic, but the NFL delivered. All right. Box office, they're trying to get ratings up, really feel the energy that is opening night of the NFL. And you can't, I mean, it's going to be a shootout because, regular season games, probably week one, you're not going to see the defense as elite probably. So be ready for the barn burners. Have that
I
game in the
actually
30s. I got the
I
game in the 30s.
disagree.
No, I got the game in
I
the 30s.
completely disagree because I thought the same thing last year when we had Chiefs Lions. I thought it was going to be another shootout as well. But
Right.
no, it was like 23-20 and the Lions win it. And I was like, oh, all right. Got a feeling this game's going to be like a 21-24 game. Maybe the offense sputters the wheels a little bit. I don't think it's more of that. I think it's the other side. I think the offense is going to sputter the wheels a little bit early, and especially the Ravens trying to get the ground game going early.
Oh, no doubt. And don't be so. The Ravens are going to take this game a lot more personal than the Chiefs will, right? When it's the opening game, it's an opportunity. Chiefs get all their rings, the banner gets raised, all that extra stuff, right? It's more of a day of celebration if you're a Chiefs player and or fan. When you're on the other side, you're the team that wants to basically play spoiler and wants to be the one, all right, let's ruin these festivities a little bit. And it's the team that kind of beat you to get to that moment to cut that to be a champion. Baltimore's going to have a lot to say without question in that matchup.
Yeah, and I know we have I think it's Wednesday night is the schedule of release for the NFL. So I'm excited to see a couple games there, see what the primetime games are looking like, and shoot, we'll see if Washington and the Falcons potentially even get one of them. So we'll see how that goes. We know we're certified locked in for a Thursday night game. I can tell you that. So
Yeah,
it's
probably.
just it's
But
you're
especially
gonna get a Thursday.
especially if we're playing each other. Definitely book it for the Thursday night
Yeah,
game.
it's just locked in for a Thursday night game. No questions about it. Both teams are going to be now. It's all right. Are we going to get a Sunday night or are we going to get a Monday night?
I think Washington might get two, right? Because we've been the team that's kind of been getting the Cowboys on Thanksgiving the last couple of years. So I
Mhm.
wouldn't be surprised if we get that game again. And then we'll probably get Carolina or something on Thursday night, something absurd because we finished last in the division, right? So we'll play Carolina or something on a crappy game.
Well, I got a feeling they're going to probably do something with you guys because they do want to show off Daniels there. Uh, so who do you guys play this year? Opponents 2024. So you guys will be set to play. Actually, you guys are playing the Falcons. Wow.
Huh?
You guys
Huh?
are supposed to play the Falcons. You're playing the
The
Panthers.
trip to the ATL,
No, it's in Washington.
trip to DC.
Yeah, I'll go there. It's fine. I won't go. I won't go to what's his name. I won't go to Philadelphia. We also play in Philly. I won't go there. Listen, I'm gonna get mugged.
Yeah,
So
you actually might die.
yeah.
This
So yeah, you play Carolina. You play Pittsburgh. The Bears at home. I actually wouldn't mind go see the Bears. Bears versus Commanders there. One first overall versus second.
we always end up getting the Bears, bro. And the Bears, it's been back-to-back years. We've had the Bears on Thursday night, and the Bears have blitzed us when we've been like double-digit favorites. It's made no sense.
Mm,
This time it'll be
yeah.
the other way around, but
Then you got the division foes, and then Browns, Falcons, Titans at home, aways, Cardinals, Bengals, Ravens, Giants, Eagles, Dallas, and then Tampa Bay and the Saints. So,
not
all right.
bad.
So
Not
how about this?
awful.
Next week we're gonna go both through the Falcons and the Washington Commanders because we're gonna do win losses, what we're
Oh,
thinking, and
great.
we're gonna go from there. All right. We'll do that next week here, folks. We'll stay
Oh,
tuned for that. So,
14-3.
Blade, we're last time we talked, round two kind of just started. The Dallas and Thunder series was just about to kick off. The Celtics had a little bit of a lead on the Cavs and still do. Knicks had, I think, a game under the belt at the time, and they were up 1-0. And
Mm-hmm.
then Timberwolves and Nuggets, the biggest surprising one. Timberwolves were up 2-0 at that point last time we talked.
Yep.
Now May 13th, we're here. Dallas is leading versus Thunder 2-1. A little bit of a shocker there. Didn't kind of expect it. Thought Thunder was going to pull this out pretty quickly myself. I know you, I think, had him to 7.
I,
Did you have him
no,
to 7?
I thought I had the Mavericks. You know,
Oh, all right. Even better. So
I
you
I
lost.
don't I don't know who I picked from last week. I
So
gotta.
I know we had the lock of the Celtics in 5 or 6. That's pretty much on track. Pacers
Yep.
Knicks is now a series of series, 2-2 tie heading back to New York. And
Yep.
Timberwolves
Pacers. Yeah.
and the Timberwolves switched it up. They win 2 away, lose 2 at home. Nuggets have been playing incredible ball, especially that last game. They did some they pulled out the bag of tricks, let's say that, for the Denver Nuggets to tie the series up 2-2, and then they play tomorrow night, Tuesday at 10:30. So tonight we got the Thunder Mavs, and right now we got going on Celtics Cavs, and Donovan Mitchell's out for game 4 right now with
It's a
calf
wrap,
strain.
bro. It's a wrap.
Yeah, I think the Celtics, like I said, like I thought the Celtics were probably going to lose one of these games for sure. It just was a given, but they're going to come out, they're going to dominate this game. They're going to go 3-1 and then head back to Boston for game 5 and wrap it up at TD Garden. Is that what you're thinking? Same thing there too.
Oh yeah, no question. I mean, I would have loved to all these series to go 2-2. I was really root 2-2. I was rooting for the Cavs to kind of pull one out of the hat tonight, and then also the Thunder win tonight, and then these next week or so will be some great basketball. You know what I mean? With basically 2 out of 3 the rest of the way. However, now we're stuck with potentially now with Donovan out. Like I'm basically writing off Cleveland. It's not like an indictment on the Cavaliers, but they will go as far as Donovan Mitchell will take them, right? So, and right now they're down 5. I mean, which is pretty respectable in my opinion, not having him. So I can't really say anything negative there. When it comes to Thunder Mavericks, I think this is arguably been the most tight series. I think these are the most level teams. Also with the Nuggets and the Timberwolves. you can't really go wrong. I think Luka being injured actually favors the Thunder more than Dallas, right? If Dallas was healthy, I think Dallas would actually could potentially be up 3-0 already. Honestly, just because Luka's been injured and hasn't looked himself this entire postseason. Then when it comes to the Timberwolves Nuggets series, this is where it frustrates me because I know we talked about this last week, how Jamal Murray should have been suspended, right? And he didn't. But now Adam Silver looks like the genius of all geniuses, right? Because we talked about it, like the goal was to not suspend Jamal Murray because they were hoping the Nuggets would get back into the series. Now we're a week later. It is 2-2. The Nuggets have shown their championship pedigree. And outside of Minnesota has showcased that it's basically right now, if they can't get a second scorer outside of Anthony Edwards, they're not going to win this series, right? It's the depth of the front five, starting five for the Nuggets. You know that they're going to get their numbers. And Jamal Murray has definitely risen to the occasion after being handcuffed basically in the first two games. To now, they've kind of figured out what Minnesota was doing to them defensively and exploited that. And the Jokers played well. Aaron Gordon looked like the second coming last night of arguably Steph Curry. Man couldn't miss a jump shot whatsoever. So when it comes to that, I mean, I'm still leaning on the Timberwolves winning the series, but now it's definitely has 7 written all over it. I think the Timberwolves are in trouble though. I think the Timberwolves have to win Game 5.
Yeah, I think
Otherwise
they're
they're going to
going
lose in
to.
6.
Yeah, you kind of you're in that situation right now where your team kind of slumped over the last two. You got to wake up. You got to win Game 5, unfortunately, away, and then you got to take it in Game 6. You don't want to head back to Denver for Game 7. But yeah, like you said, like Anthony Edwards is their just main scorer right now. Cat played a horrible game last night,
Yep.
like atrocious. You got 13 points. It's just not acceptable. I mean, you already have a guy that does that in Rudy Gobert. So you know what you're going to get maybe 15, 20 max out of Rudy Gobert now. But Cat's got to come on, but he's got to step up, having bad fouls, bad turnovers, especially fouls at half court. It's like, buddy, come on.
Yeah.
No, you're better than that. You've been 9 years in the league now. Like, you're better than that. So, yeah, but kudos to the Nuggets coming back. I mean, that's why they're a championship team. That's why they have won big games before, and that's how a team like that comes back. Biggest surprise that I really thought was the Pacers absolutely obliterating the Knicks in Game 4. I was shocked by it. I really
Really?
truthfully enough, you kind of thought like the Knicks were just a well balanced team. You knew Brunson wasn't going to be dropping 40 every night. It wasn't going to be able to happen. It wasn't going to be able to withstand. But on the flip side, like Brunson couldn't hit a barn door if he tried. Last night they just weren't syncing up. They weren't playing well, and the Pacers were able to give it to them a little bit. And now they're heading back to New York. And honestly, they should have been up 3-1 now, or maybe if not swept the Knicks by now. But it is what it is. You play now. You got a 3-game series. New York got home field advantage, and you see what you can do in New York. Maybe you pull out a Game 5 victory. Who knows?
I think I am not surprised that the Pacers have tied this series. I think yesterday's massacre was a surprise with how badly they just bullied the Knicks. I thought the Knicks would lose last night because they're a team playing with scraps at this point, outside of their starting five, right? They have 4 critical players that didn't play yesterday. And 3 of them are basically kind of done for significant time, right? Bogdanovich, Randall, and Anunoby. And then they also didn't have Mitchell Robinson and Mitchell
I didn't even know
Robinson.
Anunoby was out actually.
Anunoby pulled that hammy, dude. He doesn't even look like he's going to play for Game 5.
Wow. Yeah,
He
I
pulled
just
the
saw the
hammy in
stat line
Game
there.
2, yeah. So, I
Huh.
mean, I'm not surprised in that regard because Indiana likes to play with tempo. they made the switch, putting Aaron Naismith on Brunson, put a more physical body, taller defender on him, because he was bullying Andrew Nemhard. He was making Andrew Nemhard his bitch out there in game 1 and game 2.
Well, also the Pacers need TJ McConnell on the floor because plus
Yeah,
minus right now. TJ is severely plus right now. So they need TJ McConnell on the floor. That's no joke. And that's just the no Sixers love right there because he was a great Sixers for us. It's a big shot, especially against the Knicks. It's a big shot.
of course, got to get that
But
in there.
yeah. But nah, they got to get TJ McConnell for. But nah, Albert's been leading this team because this is like a sneaky little team. They won that play-in series, back in December. Good for them. Everyone just kind of thought it was a laughing stock for them. All right, great win. You guys won it. You're never going to see
Yeah,
a championship again.
got to the final, lost to
Yeah, you're never gonna actually see a
LA.
real championship, but this team, they're holding it together, and kudos to them for getting the Knicks, right? Like, I think if they got anybody else, it might not be the series it is right now, but the Knicks are a team that can be beat. They're not a juggernaut. They're not
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the Celtics or the Bucks, right? Like they're
Well, the
the
Pacers
Knicks.
beat the Bucks. The Pacers have
Yeah,
gotten the best draw
yes,
out of
exactly.
any team in the postseason.
Correct. Correct. Agree entirely.
You got an injured Milwaukee team in round 1, and you get an injured right now. You have an injured Knicks team that are running
Yeah.
on gas. Like they played, there's 6 guys that they've been playing basically. Then you can't play a day game yesterday, so basically less than 36 hours rest. And the Pacers are all young thoroughbreds, right? And they ran them up and down the court in that first quarter, and that game was over. Midway through the first quarter, I turned it off. Like it got up to
Yeah.
they got up like 17 or 18. I was like, this game's a wrap.
Well, yeah, when you're starting to do like Hardenstein and Achua as your center, and then you're trying to figure out your power forward at that point, it's tough, man. I mean, that's just what it is. I know they have 2 or 3 pretty dominant guards, with Brunson, DiVincenzo, and Hart. Hart being a forward, I guess you could say, but you can only score so much with them. Eventually you do have to get to the ball inside, and
Right.
the Pacers just took advantage of it, and good for them heading back to New York now. 2-2.
Exactly. I think all of these series have been relatively competitive outside of these Celtics Cavs one. But if the Cavs somehow, pull a rabbit out of the hat tonight, right? You never know. Like you could really have some quality games moving forward. So like that's the one thing I've loved is that at least outside of like 3 out of the 4 series are very evenly matched.
Sure, sure. Um, Also got to give a quick shout out. Hawks got the #1 overall pick this year. Got lucky with it. Got lucky with it. Uh,
Yo, how
I
bad are you to be a Detroit Pistons fan? You
oh
gotta be fucking pissed. You've tanked 2 years in a row and you still have ended up with the 5th pick back-to-back years.
yeah,
Did you see Source Thompson's reaction?
no, no,
So they gave him the #1 pick and they went right to him because he was their rep yesterday morning, and he's just like this, like like baffled. He's like, we just absolutely shit the bed to get the 5th overall pick. I mean, like, so
yeah. I mean, they're just like young. I mean, you don't even really know what to get out of Kate Cunningham because he's been injured majority of the time, unfortunately. And then what they got Jordan is Jordan Ivy, I believe his name is.
yeah, Jalen Ivey.
Jalen Ivey, yeah. So I know that's like their other guy, but and again, prospect wise, I don't really know. I haven't done any research on prospect. There's a kid out of France at 7-1. It's the only thing I know, and he's supposed to
Yeah,
go number.
and that's this is one of the weaker classes in recent years for sure.
Yeah, but we'll figure it out. I just know Bronny James is medically cleared, and he is at the
He is
combine.
medically cleared.
At the combine, I did hear that. So
I did.
maybe he'll team up with his dad somewhere, I guess. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I don't doubt that. Draft Bronny, you get Braun.
I don't really know if it's worth it.
No, probably not. Well,
You
now
know,
Atlanta's got the #1 overall pick, and everyone's like, Trae Young is now going to be on the market basically because they think they're going to ship him out and
you
blow
got
it up.
Murray already, so
But yeah, they don't work together. They're both 2 point guards, scoring point guards too.
Yeah. I'd rather have Murray than Trey at this point. So
Really? Why is
yeah,
that?
yeah, yeah. I'm not a big Trey guy.
You're just
So
out on
yeah, wasn't big on him in Oklahoma. Then he came out. Yeah, whatever. He's whatever,
him.
man. He's whatever.
That's fair.
All right.
Have you been watching any hockey? You're not much of a hockey guy. Have you been watching any of it?
And that's hockey talk.
Dude, I just have to get this in. Like
Go ahead, go ahead. Give the spiel of hockey because I have
I
nothing on hockey.
like honestly like don't know much either, but like I've been watching it more than the NBA games because the NBA games have been over by the fourth quarter and like a lot of these series, even though they're like 2-2, like the Minnesota Nuggets series, two out of the last three games have been blowouts. And same with the Cleveland Boston. So I've been putting hockey on. I kid you not, like the last like six of the last 10 games have been either a 1 goal game and it's gone down to the last play or it's gone to overtime.
I don't know. Interesting.
Intense. I'm not gonna lie though. Nothing beats watching than play. Nothing's better than watching playoff hockey. It's intense. I can't take my eyes off it. Like if you turn your head, you miss something. It's
Yeah,
just so
I
fast.
I agree, and I think like for me, it's like just like gonna watch if the Flyers are in it. I'm not gonna watch
Yeah,
another
yeah, I
team.
get it. The
It's
Sharks
kind of
suck, so I have to watch other teams because we got the number one overall pick though. Don't
yeah.
know who yeah, we won the NA, we got the NHL draft, number one pick. Not a clue who we're taking because I don't follow hockey like that, but still.
There you go. There you go. It's very similar to me also like baseball in the playoffs too. Like I'll watch the Phillies. Like I will religiously watch the Phillies. When it comes to like if the Phillies were out of it, maybe I'll watch.
Sure.
I don't know. I got my two
Watch the
cents.
highlights more or less at that point.
Yeah, like I didn't need to see like Arizona Diamondbacks. Who did they play last year? I forget. Did they play the Astros? No.
No, Rangers beat them.
Rangers. Yeah,
I'd be honest, I didn't watch a single game of the World Series.
yeah. And we're sports guys here. I'm sorry. It's
And we
just
run a and we host a sports show.
yeah. Strictly basketball, golf, and football. That's what we talk here, folks. If not, sorry
What are
about
you
it.
talking about? You didn't study up for our tennis segment today, like I told you last week?
I thought we were talking about pickleball. I'm sorry. Damn it. Wrong sport. Smaller court, I guess. All right, we'll deal with that. All right, let's switch over to a sport that we all do know about. Big week in golf this week, huh? Big week. Another major approaches. Second year now, that'll be in May. Second year, third year now, it'll be in May.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, this year, it's at Valhalla Golf Club, located in Louisville, Kentucky.
Yep.
So excited for this one coming in. Brooks Koepka was the past champion, I believe, right? I think I'm
Mm-hmm.
not mistaken. Yeah, Brooks Koepka was the past PGA Championship defending champion, to say the least. Tiger will be playing. He was looking good today with a couple practice rounds throughout
Yep.
this week as well. Scotty Scheffler, the number one world ranker, just had his baby. So he's coming in fresh off a life-changing event. So we'll see how
Yep.
that goes. Um, and Rory just coming off a dominating performance at the Wells Fargo at Quail Hollow. So three of the big
Yeah.
dogs. Scotty Scheffler, last time he played, won an event. Rory, last time he played, won an event. And Brooks Koepka won on the Live Tour also this past weekend at Singapore.
Mm,
Um, Big time players coming off hot wins right now over the last weekend.
for sure.
Blaine, it is jam packed at the top of that field. Give me a little bit more about Valhalla and what you're thinking.
I mean, and based off of how Valhalla plays, right? You know, it's gonna kind of be a bit of a shootout. Especially when it comes to the PGA Championship out of the four majors, they kind of try to make it more of a scoring type of course, more or less. weather permitting, right? Usually the only one in recent
Yes.
years that where the golf course has been extremely tough was Kiowa, right? Where Phil did did wonders and pulled a rabbit out of the hat, right? So I think when it comes to this week, this is kind of what everyone was hoping for last month, was having all of these top tier guys come in with extremely good form. However, now Rory coming off of a victory where he came from behind to beat Xander Schauffele. Schauffele kind of choked it away yesterday, but he came from behind. He was trailing. Rory trailed yesterday. Did you not know that?
I mean, they were like tied 12-12, like going into
Yeah,
Sunday.
Xander had like a 4-shot lead going into the weekend and he squandered it. He played 3 over the last two
Oh,
days.
what do you expect? It's Xander Schauffele. The man only knows how to be Robbins. Oh, yeah, that's just what it is.
Oh, that's some harsh language towards Xander Schauffele.
Am I wrong though?
No, but it's still a little harsh.
The only relevant win this man has,
Here we
and don't get me
go.
wrong, I'm not going to discredit it. Let me phrase it. I'm not going to discredit it. Is an Olympic win.
That's true.
Right
It's
or wrong.
valid. You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I and any other time, like goes to the Masters, top five finish. Okay, just can't get over the hump and win. Okay, now he's on this great stretch right now where he's doing really well, but he doesn't come through. He's kind of become a little bit more like Patrick Cantley as well, his
Yeah.
fellow Californian. It it is what it is, buddy. Like, sorry to say, I mean, you're still making
Valid.
cash. Don't go. That ain't the problem, buddy. Your bank's still collecting cash, but you just ain't seeing the hardware right now.
Yeah. No, that's fair. I mean, I think when it comes to this week in particular, you're going to see a lot of when how it played in 2014. I mean, it was pretty rained down, so it played extremely soft. If I remember correctly, that's when Rory beat Fowler before dark, right? If I'm not mistaken.
I don't know if it
So
was Fowler, but I know he beat out Phil. Phil had an incredible round. I think Phil shot like 66 or something like that.
Phil and Fowler, I do believe, yeah. So I think it's going to play. It'll be interesting. It's definitely a driver's golf course. Plays long, right? So people
Yeah,
that are very solid off the tee are going to be major picks this week. So look for ball strikers over people that are more short game and putting. This is
yeah.
how the
So
PGA kind of works. Is the
yeah,
driver of the golf ball is usually the one that comes out on top.
it's gonna be the third longest course that any PGA player will play this year.
That's because
So
they've made it longer since 2014.
and it's par 71 too, which is unbelievable to think about. And I'm pretty sure I saw
Mhm.
the four par threes are almost all 200 plus,
Yeah,
with one I think being 254 yards.
it's a brute.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot of um you're gonna have to try to keep the ball in the fairway. It's kind of a little bit like US Open where you gotta keep the ball in the fairway. You really gotta try to avoid the rough at all costs, and you gotta be able to get up and downs, especially with 7,500 yards.
Right.
I think Rory was minus 16, I think, is what he did in 2014. Since then, they have done some cosmetic changes here and there, extending some of the tee boxes and whatnot. But I don't. You just need to be a good ball striker. You need to get onto the green and just give your chance to get yourself birdie. I think a lot of these
Ooh,
players now, especially at the Masters, I think was it Victor Hovland said it or Scotty Scheffler maybe has said it, where a lot of these times you're just not going for the flag. You're just going to go for the middle of the green just to give yourself a chance for the birdie opportunity and to not have them big numbers on your scorecard.
yeah,
Uh,
25, 30 feet are wins when the courses are playing long.
yeah, yeah. So I did hear incoming weather might be a little wet. I've heard that
Yeah, they said
this
right
week.
now it's playing firm and fast, but
Yes.
they said there is a chance that it's going to be relatively soft, like how it was in 2014 because of weather, like you
Yeah.
said.
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. Like I said, the favorites right now, Scotty Scheffler, I think he's at plus 400. Rory's at 600. So there's some big names still up there for sure. And Blaine, you know who's in this field? Michael Block.
Oh, the
The
legend
Block
himself.
is the Block
He didn't
party
even
gonna
have,
come out?
yo, no, the block party's not coming out this week.
Hey now, don't
I
hate on the
mean,
man.
oh my gosh, I think he was on someone's podcast. It had to have been like a month ago because he didn't have to qualify this year because he got the
No,
T15. So he didn't have to
yeah,
be the top 20 professionals, right? So there's going to be an extra professional in the field this year because he, but, no, he was saying that this just fascinated me, right? He was like, because they got asked the question, why don't you like give it a shot to go play professionally, right? And he goes, why would I do that? Because I had to bring my A plus game and I still finished in 15th place. And that was the best 4 days of golf he's ever played, cumulatively, he said. And
yep,
he was surviving to finish in 15th.
yep.
And he's like, why would I try and
And that was with
be
the hole in
sure
one too.
exactly. So why am I trying to survive and get all these top 15, top 20 finishes when I can go play like how I did in last year, and then I'm beating the PGA Club pros by like 8 strokes, right?
Sure, sure.
So I think it's fair. I mean, I don't know if he's gonna be a celebrity this week. We already all know that,
Yeah,
but I think if he somehow makes the cut, that'd be a great story. If he was able to go
yeah.
back to back weekends, honestly.
Who does better this week, Michael Block or Tiger Woods?
Oh my gosh.
It's a good one, huh? Let me see what the
I'm
odds
gonna
are.
I'm
Hold on.
gonna I'm gonna take Tiger Woods because I think Michael will miss the cut, and I think Tiger will make the cut because he knows Valhalla. Because wasn't that his one of his PGA Tour wins in '06?
Yeah, wow. Tiger's got way better odds than him.
So yeah, that's what I would say.
Wow.
I think I think Tiger will make the cut. I don't think he'll be competitive. I think it'll until he gets that consistency under his belt and figuring out how to get it to your body to go for 4 days. I don't think he's gonna be truly competitive.
I just can't like so Tiger Woods odds are 1,000 or 12,500 plus 12,500. But you got guys that are like below him or just around him that are pretty good golfers. AK, you got guys like Adam Scott, Sepp Straka, Siwoo Kim, Corey Connors, and Ricky Fowler. Like I would take any one of them over Tiger this week.
Dude, honestly, I know we're gonna do our picks a little later, but of who we're gonna do, we'll probably do the same game that we did with the Masters. But
Yeah.
I, Sepp Straka is on a tear right now this
Oh
year.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Like he's my long shot pick.
Lock it
Like
in already.
I'm
Lock
telling
it
you, he's
in.
my long shot. He's
Maybe
my
I was
long.
gonna take him, so you would
Yeah,
have beat.
were you gonna take him? No, you weren't.
I don't know. Let's get into it. All right, like we did for the Masters. I want to know already so far because I actually destroyed Blaine in the Masters. So now where
You
I
took the
did.
layup in Scotty Scheffler.
All right, so
Make
here,
it
this is
fun.
I'm out. This is what I was going to tell you. This one, PGA
Oh,
Championship, we're going to do two Americans. Did we do two or three? I forget.
we did. It was 5 picks total. So 2 Americans, 2 European, or 2 international, and then one long shot.
One long shot. All right, but we can't take Scotty and we can't take Rory.
Okay,
That fair?
it's fair.
So I'll let you get first pick because obviously you crap the bed.
All
You
right,
know,
let's do my long shot first. I'm taking Sepp Straka.
no, don't do that. I'm not taking Sam Straka. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
What?
So
What?
go ahead. You're really taking Seth Straka with your long shot first?
No. I
Yeah, that's
mean,
what I thought. All right. Let's make a pick here, buddy. Goodness gracious.
Let me get Cameron Smith as my first international pick.
Wow, what a pull, huh? What
Yeah.
a pull. Maybe a major late, I think, unfortunately, here. So,
Yeah, I think so. I think he finally. I mean, he was sick the week before the Masters, so I didn't trust it. Then you took him. Looked played all right. Still played what, top 15, I think, or top
yeah,
10.
yeah.
I think he'll have a solid week. Once you say like right, ball striking. Ball striking's paramount. He's one of the better ball strikers, and he is a solid middle to long distance putter. So he's going to be the one of those few guys dropping in a couple of those bombs. So Cameron Smith.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. I think I'm gonna go a little more different this time around. So you're gonna have a lot more of the higher dogs. I think it's gonna be a little bit lesser dogs that are up there, especially with the higher odds.
Okay.
Uh, Give me a guy who's been playing solid ball over the last 2 months now, specifically. Snuck in for a top five this past week. Give me Jason Day here with the pick. He's been playing really solid ball. He has played this course in 2014. He's
Yep.
actually one of the only like five that have played this. Maybe some history here for him and Jason Day, and hoping to see the attire for all 4 days because it's absolutely fire right now.
Fair. We're doing snakes, so it's you again.
Oh, it's me again. Crap. All right. So Jason Day was one. Do I want to do? Nah. Yeah, I'll keep him for the long shot. Let me get Max Homa here. Ball striking there to a T. He's able to hit an iron, incredible. Keep the ball in play, especially at the Masters. He did struggle at RPC, but he bounced back in Wells Fargo. So he's been doing well there. So give me Max Homa there for my first American pick. Wow. All right, buddy. Sorry about that.
God, he was my next pick. So
Oh,
now I gotta figure out who the hell I'm
all right.
taking.
You know.
um, I am gonna go. My first American. I am gonna take Wyndham Clark off the board. It's another solid.
Boo.
That's
That guy
fine.
stinks.
That's all
Did you
right.
see what he did last week?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
It's all right. It was all fluke.
Okay.
Um, like I said, I'm looking at ball strikers here, trying to find ball strikers, one of the better ball strikers on tour. So Wyndham Clark. Wyndham Clark's my first American. Ah, crap. Then it's me again. Shit.
Yep.
I'm not liking this sneak thing. Um, I'm gonna go another ball striker. I'm gonna go here with. Oh man, I had it. What happened? I just lost the person I had.
Wow, must be a great ball striker, I guess, huh? Wow. Just train of thoughts gone. Woo!
Oh, Victor Hovland. Victor
Oh
Hovland.
God. You want to talk about two guys you just picked. Victor Howell coming off terrible at the Masters, blew up. Then he's coming
You
out from
have
Wells
no faith,
Fargo,
bro. No faith.
barely made the top 20. Like, oh boy.
I I think the week before is irrelevant, honestly, because
He,
a lot of people they're only required to play last week because it's now one of those sanctioned events that they have to play.
all
Otherwise,
right now.
half the guys would have taken last week off, and you know it.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. That's what Aberg took off, you know what I mean? Got the knee injury it gave him. So
Yeah, the light. I twisted my knee
yeah,
warming up.
yep.
Okay, your turn.
Man.
See, you're struggling too.
The problem is I don't like a lot of these guys. I'm just like I got a
It's
feeling
kind of
it's
a little rough right now
like
for sure.
for me this week it's not going to be one of the top dogs that wins that I just don't think it's going to be. The PGA Championship's just like odd sometimes. Like it doesn't
Hmm.
give the big guys. Like for me, like Scotty's going to be the pick still for me, like the overall number one pick. That's who I'm taking no matter what. Just because
Right.
you have to go with it. Like it's just what he's been doing. But For me, I don't trust Rory. Whether we could have picked him or not, Brooks would be a great pick here. Like I am contemplating the pick with Brooks here as well. But like Xander, like we just talked about, or I just talked about, and gave the spiel. The man's a Robin. He isn't winning it. Aberg, it's going to be his second major. Like I don't know. Maybe I guess this guy does well. John Rahm's been a little up and down all this season. Joaquin Neiman's been
Up and
playing
down.
pretty solid. He's vibing along really well. But I just don't know if this course is fit for him because he gets a little wild. And I think if you get wild here, it's not going to be bad. And same thing, like Morikawa is just starting to turn it back on. Will it continue? Like he's putting stroke gains has been incredible now the last 3 weeks.
Yep.
So we'll see how that's going. You know what? I thought to myself that give me goddamn Brooks Koepka. He's gonna return. Is he gonna defend it? Yes, he is. Give me Brooks Koepka. Why not? Why not? Jeez. I love Brooks Koepka. There we go.
All right.
Um,
Now you get to do your long shot.
no. I got one more international.
Oh, do you? Oh, yeah, you
Yeah,
do. Duh.
yeah. Then you
and
come
I
back
still,
up.
yeah, and then I do an American in a sleep.
Yeah. All right. Another ball striker. A little bit long shot, but he's been solid. Very solid, especially in the majors. Especially in the last 2 years. Give me Shane Lowry. I think Shane
Okay.
Lowry's gonna be a good pick this week. I think he's gonna hold his own. Um,
Coming off a W too with Rory a couple weeks ago.
Putter's hot. Putter's hot.
All right, not a bad pick. All right, and then I have my last American, and I'm going with someone who performed another solid ball striker. He hasn't performed great this year, but he does perform extremely well in majors in recent years, and I'm going to go with Cameron Young as my American.
Good one. I like the pick. I like the pick.
All right, so
He's on my
what?
list. He's
So
on my
what?
list to
I
take.
got one of four right. All right, and one of four. Joe Ciccoletti's stamp of approval.
Well, you almost had two, but I took him before you. So,
I know I would have had Homa.
a couple other ones like not long shots that we'll get into. A couple other guys I do like as well. I I I like Patrick Cantley. I don't think he wins it, but he's just always
He's
there.
just there. Yep, you can book him for a top 15, top 20
And like
every
he's just
time.
always kind of there, and I think this might be a good spot for him. And then international wise, the other guy I'm also keeping an eye on is Adam Scott.
Yeah,
He's not going to win it. Okay, he's not going to win it, but he's been very consistent. He's made like over like 90% of the cuts or something like that in the major in the last
right.
like 8 to 10 years. It's something ridiculous like that.
Okay.
Um, so when it comes to like just getting a guy potentially to make the cut, almost like, dang, might as well take Adam Scott. I don't know. Why not? So,
I think don't be surprised if Morikawa is there. Another really solid ball striker. It all
yep,
depends with him if he can get his putter going. If he can't putt, he's not going to be competitive. But
yep. All right, let's get some big odds here, big guy, big guy. So we're gonna go big this week. We're gonna go plus 10,000. So Sepp Straka is gonna be out because he is plus 8,500.
son of a bitch.
So let's go big, go
All right, you
home.
gotta list me some names then, because I gotta look here to find plus 10,000.
Well, you take your time. I can go first if you want.
What are you gonna looking on DraftKings or
No, like
FanDuel?
CBS Golf, CBS Golf. So there's definitely still some names out there that you might be able to pick.
All right, go
Um,
ahead.
I mean, if you need to go 85, I'll give you Sepp Straka. He's
No,
pretty
no,
close
no,
to it.
no, no, no. I will respect the game. All right,
All right. We'll respect the game. All right, folks. We'll respect the game.
all right, go ahead.
Um,
Pick your pick.
so I'm gonna go fellow Canadian. Again, kind of like Patrick Hanley, just pretty solid in majors. Has always kind of been up there. He's even got in a couple top fives in majors. Give me Corey Connors, the fellow Canadian. With the long shot pick of plus 12,500. Same as
Oh,
Tiger Woods.
he's at 10 on the one I'm looking at.
He's what?
Oh, he's listed at 10 at the one I'm looking at.
Well, that's
That's all
good.
right.
It's right on the money.
There you go. Right on there. Let's see. Trying to find a ball striker. Hmm. No, I'm struggling. Give me a. You know what? I'm gonna take Taylor Pendrith from Canada. Is he at the? Is he? He's listed at 10 on
Yep.
mine. Is he good?
Yep. You good?
Another guy playing with some pretty solid form right now. Um, Not the greatest of ball strikers, right? He's kind of definitely middle tier in that regard. Fantastic short game though. So I think, and when his flat stick gets hot, he gets really hot. So I'm gonna go with a little bit of a flyer there with Taylor Pendrith from Canada.
All right. John Daly's playing this. Huh?
You gotta love good old Johnny D.
John Daly's playing it. Joel Damon's playing in it. Francisco Molinari's playing in it. Whoa.
Francesco still able to qualify because
I
he's got the
guess.
major from winning the Open.
Does he? I don't.
I
I
think you
don't.
get what, that 5 or 6 year threshold or something like that.
Maybe.
That was the year he
Maybe.
beat Tyga, where Tyga choked it away.
Yeah, but good picks. We'll see who wins it. If
Yeah,
I go
not
up
bad, not
2-0,
bad.
it's I'll be dormant then at that point if I go up 2-0.
You know, you can go for the Grand Slam.
It's too easy with you. Make the wrong picks, what do you may say?
You know what? Just because of that, I'm gonna prove you wrong with these picks right here. Can't even
Folks,
read
he's gonna
this.
throw out that post-it note.
Can't even
It's
read my stupid scratch.
yeah, forget about it. Yeah, his picks are I don't know what picks are worse. That or the Daniels pick by the Washington Commanders. It's like no, the Falcons made an even worse pick, so it's all right, folks.
There you
Falcons made an even
go.
worse pick. So
It's all about Michael Penix, baby.
oh yeah.
The truth in the
Oh man.
ATL.
All right. Well, next week we'll get into a recap of the PGA Championship. Talk about some winners, talk about some losers. Break down a little rookie minicamp. What else did we say? We're gonna do the schedule. The schedule will be released.
We're
Talk
just gonna
about a couple
do our
games.
schedule, probably.
What's that?
Just talk about our schedule, basically.
Talk about our schedule. Talk about the NBA playoffs and
Yeah, potentially conference finals at that point.
potentially conference finals at that point. Yeah. So we're getting to that period now where golf's in full fledged swing. NBA finals is approaching quickly, and NFL season is only 180 days away. So I don't know.
All right, I feel like you have like a countdown somewhere in your phone.
No, I just get it on Twitter every once in a while. I think it's like 193 days. I think I saw or something like that today.
Wow. Who would have
So
thought?
yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. So we'll always see. We'll be there. We'll be there next week, and we're gonna shoot to be here next week, folks. So always for the listeners, I really appreciate you listening, and we'll catch you next week. All right.